Welcome back to another Cube video. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy, and I really enjoyed doing the best of three format. So I want to try that at least one more time before going back to best of one. Um, with that said, maybe I should have joined the best of one lobby and gotten a better pack. I guess Ancient Tomb is probably what I'm supposed to take here. I do love Solitude, and I am a big fan of Memory Lapse, which is kind of a time walk at home often. I don't think there's anything else in this pack I would consider pack one, pick one. I wouldn't fault anyone for wanting Thundering Falls. It's a very strong color combination, and it's a fetchable land in that. But I'm going to take the Ancient Tomb. Maybe I get past the Mox Emerald. That would be great. Did not get past a Mox Emerald. There is an Urza Saga. That's not bad. I think if so, my first thought was like, oh, Chain Lightning, and then I saw Flame Slash. And obviously, as I read through the pack, I see this Orcish Bowmasters for some reason I just now saw. Anyways, so what I was about to say was I think I might want this Urza Saga. Since there's two of these, there's likely that one comes back. Of course, they're both very solid. There's never a guarantee. But now that I've learned how to read, I will take this Orcish Bowmasters. Maybe we get back this Echo of Eons. Oh, now there's a workshop. I still think I'd rather have the Orcish Bowmasters, but it definitely makes me regret whether I agree with it or not. Not taking the Urza Saga if I did decide to go that route. There's a coalition I like to come back with it that's not bad off Ancient Tomb or Workshop. I think it's that or the Underground Sea, and I'm just gonna take the Workshop. I'm here to play Vintage Cube or Powered Cube, whatever you want to call it. Let's play with the vintage cards. And now we're no longer going to play with the vintage cards. I could see Godless Shrine. It's a dual land with the Orcish Bowmasters. This is an enchantment. It kind of looked like an artifact for a minute. Fire Nation I had some pretty good success with in previous events. I just don't think if I'm going to be a workshop deck, I'm going to be casting very many spells on our opponent's turn. So I think it's between the dual land and then I guess an artifact here, but I don't really see myself playing these at the moment. So I'm just going to take the dual land that touches the Orcish Bowmasters. Oh, now there's a Mox Opal. I like Snuff Out as well, and even Fire Covenant. I think they're both fantastic cards, but I want to take Mox Opal and hopefully corner the market on an artifact deck. We'll see how that goes, of course. It's not always the prettiest. Um, well, that's a Grim Monolith. We already want big things. Maybe Sundering Titan comes back. That would be great. I would love this Displacer Kitten, but sadly, I don't think that one's going to come back to us. But maybe we get a Talisman or a Soul Guide on the wheel. Now there's a Saheeli. There's a Tursa, which if I taken like Chain Lightning and went down that route, I would be excited to play with this Ancient Tomb, but I did not. Yeah, it's either Saheeli or Ponder in my opinion, and I'm going to take the Saheeli. Being able to copy a Grim Monolith doesn't seem too bad to me. Well, there's a Seeka's Chariot. I don't. I guess Wrath of God's not a 0. This is best of 3. Yeah, that's probably better. We already have a Godless Shrine. I was gonna say you could, forest and workshop out a Seeka's Chariot, but I'm gonna go with the Wrath of God since this is best of 3. Now there's a Wishclaw Talisman and a Pentad Prism. I think I'd rather have the Pentad Prism as it does accelerate us. Wishclaw, unless we have like an I win the game button, which, I mean, to be fair, if we have Bowmasters, then this can go grab a draw 7. That might win the game. But again, I'm just going to keep cornering the market on artifacts and make this Mox Opal better and hopefully deter other players from taking artifacts in the future. Now, keep in mind, we have a Sun Titan, I think, in this pack. Okay, I don't think it wheeled, because I think it was this pack. And then I think the next one has Coalition Relic. Bolas's Citadel. Are we a Bolas's Citadel deck? Probably not, but I'm going to take it anyways. We could end up with a Tinker. We already have black mana. We have a Mishra's Workshop, so it's not unheard of that we get to play this Bull Citadel. Okay, I believe this was the Coalition Relic pack, and obviously it is not here. So I guess I'm gonna full send and take this Tendrils, but I'm not gonna promise you I'm playing it, so don't get your hopes up. Bola Citadel and Tendrils are like best friends though, so it's a non-zero chance, but I'd say it's like probably not greater than 5. If I can stay like blue-black or Esper, I think I'd rather have that. I'll take the Lava Spur Boots. We're not playing in a pod, so hate drafting doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I guess I'll take the land. Oh, now there's a Dark Ritual to go with my Bolas Citadel? Okay. You know what? I'll play this for now. It did better than my original estimation last time. Okay, so this actually might be a good Mind Twist deck. And honestly, but outside of Wasteland, I don't really see anything else I care too much about. And I don't even like want Wasteland per se in this deck. I'm just saying as far as power level and cards I can play. Because Mother of Runes is up there too, but I'm clearly not playing Mother of Runes. In fact, for now, I'm just going to bank this and bank this. Yeah, let's take the Mind Twist. We have Grim Monolith. We had Pentad Prism. Technically an Opal if we get enough cheap artifacts. Notably, like Soul Guide Lantern didn't wheel, but remember, this is best of 3, so Soul Guide Lantern being a sideboard card actually makes it a much higher pick than in best of 1. Swords to Plowshares. Are we putting Godless Shrine back in? There's also a Teferi, which I like. But I mean, that's Swords to Plowshares. So, yeah, Godless Shrine, get back in there. I don't think I want anything else here, especially over a sword. So, yeah, let's take that. Now there's a Candelabra. That can double tap Workshop, but we don't have a lot of things I'm workshopping yet, so that's not the greatest. There's also Mystical Tutor, but again, we don't have a whole lot. Like, we could put Tendrils on top of our deck with Bolas Citadel, of course, or Mystical for Mind Twist. There's also, if we want it, a Steam Vents, but maybe I'm just supposed to get this Polluted Delta here. Notably, there is Nadu, but I think that ship's kind of sailed at this point. I'd have to devote a lot of picks to it. I could also just take this Duress. We don't even, not even guaranteed to play blue at this moment, and I think I like Duress a little bit more now that I think about it. Okay, I do love Memory Jar in this deck because, again, we have the Workshop. But I'm going to hope that wheels because Memory Jar is just not the greatest. Also, I'm just now realizing Echo did not come back around, which is fine because it looks like we may not even be a blue deck. We may just be like somehow black-white artifacts, which I've never drafted. Yeah, we're going to confirm pick on this Retrofitter, though. It's just another cheap artifact for Mox Opal. Alright, so we have a Scrubland. We have a Nexus of Becoming, which this is creature or artifact, I believe. Yes, it is. So maybe we're supposed to take Nexus of Becoming, because remember, Sundering Titan didn't come back around either. I don't mind Scrubland here. I definitely want to be able to cast the Swords of the Plowshares, but I also just want to be able to use the cards I drafted, and I don't have a payoff for Grim Monolith, Mishra's Workshop, or really even Ancient Tomb. Yawgmoth's Will on the wheel would be nice. Oh, Endstone? Endstone's a nice one, actually, and maybe we get, like, Nettlecyst back, because I doubt we get Batterskull back. Yeah, okay, we'll take an Endstone. I think... Ooh. Now there's an Upheaval. Do we want to try to splash blue for it? I mean, we have Mox Opal and Pentad Prism. It's that or, like, Kappa Cannoneer, right? Kappa Cannoneer does fit into our deck a little bit better, I think. and it's easier to cast. So I'll just take the Kappa. As much as I love Upheaval, I think the Kappa is actually the correct pick. Okay, here's really nothing in my opinion. I want to take the Triplicate Titan, but I'm not happy about it, and I don't want to play any of these other cards. Mirror Battlesphere is not a bad one, but you know what? Here's a Talisman. Talisman lets us cast Kappa. Yeah, I have three like big artifacts now, so I don't value the Mirror Battlesphere as much. I'm gonna take this Sunfall. I think this goes along like with the Wrath of God thing. Oh, okay, awesome. That's fantastic. We got Candelabra Taunos back. Let's open up a Tolarian Academy in pack 3, and we got the Memory Jar back to go with our Orcish Bowmasters. We got Yawgmoth Will. Yeah, we're gonna take that. Yeah, we'll take the playable. That's a very strong card. I just with double white, I don't know how often we're gonna be able to cast it. And this Sunfall is probably going to be a sideboard card, let's be honest. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this in there for now, too. And honestly, Saheeli is going to go there for now as well. With the Endstone, the Jace is actually a real possibility. Wow. Mox Pearl, that's perfect. But there's also Tolarian Academy and Mana Drain. That's abysmal. But you know what? I mean, because we're not passing Mox Pearl, but it feels so bad passing Tolarian. However, if Tolarian, I doubt it's going to wheel. If somehow Miracle's the wheel, I'll take it. But if not, we have Expedition Map for Workshop, which is also very strong. This is just abysmal. Also, I noticed we like started the pack with 2, so I assumed that we just delayed. That was kind of funny. But yeah, all right, we're going to take Mox Pearl. We didn't get our companion Mox Emerald, but that's fine. Okay, this is another great card to go with our workshop. I do see the Time Spiral, but we're not deep into blue, and this Scalding Tarn doesn't get our one and only dual land, so I'm not interested in that either. So I'm actually just going to take the artifact here and move on with my life. Tinker and Portal in the same pack. Well, I want to take the Tinker, obviously. I'm glad I have a couple incentives to play blue. Okay, so I have the Talisman, I had Pentad, I have Mox Opal. I'm definitely going to need to focus on some blue fixing, though, on the way through. And, of course, Undercity Sewers is probably going to be gone, but I'm taking this Tinker. Oh, now there's Lion's Eye Diamond. I wonder who took the Oko. I mean, I said Oko. Why did I say Oko? The Echo. I guess it sounds kind of like Oko. There's a Lion's Eye Diamond. There is a Yawgmoth's Will. I'm eyeballing this Thoughtseize though, but I'm going to take the diamond. I think it has the highest upside, especially post wheel, but also just to go with like Mox Opal. It would have been an absolutely banger of a Urza Saga had I taken that, unfortunately. I do love Frog. I don't think this is a Frog deck. I think I'm okay with taking Chrome Mox here. I have a decent number, albeit not a whole lot, of non-artifact cards. And honestly, I think I like that better than everything else here, like up to and including staff. I don't hate someone for taking the frog there. I just don't think it's correct. And that's all right. I'm the one drafting. You have your own decisions when you're drafting. I don't think there's a reason to play green. I know I took a Golgari land earlier. Yeah, okay. And so, like, this is no better than an island for me, is the point I was getting at. I guess I'm taking Crabomination because I don't want to play red either, but I'm probably not going to play Crab. Okay, there's some blue-black lands I think I need to prioritize, as much as I love Tishana's Tidebinder. This always taps for blue and swamp if I control an island or a swamp. So I think I'm supposed to take this because it's untapped. If this was untapped black into blue, I think I'd take the Creeping Tar Pit. Just for those keeping track at home. Okay, here we have a Shelldock Isle, and although sometimes it will be worse than an island, the fact that it can play one of our big things potentially, I think makes it a little bit better. If I didn't have like white board sweepers, I would probably take the cut down, but I do, so it doesn't matter. Okay, obviously Tolarian Academy did not wheel, but I will take the map. It's good with Mox Opal, and we can fetch out our workshop at minimum. Yeah, I guess this generates an artifact, but I probably don't play it. This is another artifact that can cycle, so I guess I'll take it. None of these are great. I'll take the Go for the Throat. Great for me, I should specify. Well, Hymn to Turok's not nothing. I don't know if I'm going to play a double black spell. Not going to play the Uvenwald. And what's our last pick? That's fantastic. All right, cool. I'll see you in the deck tech. Pardon me for this brief interruption to introduce this year's Oklahoma Land Run information. This will be our 7th year hosting this event. Featured events include a Legacy main event, a Vintage main event, and a Team Trios main event featuring both and including Modern as the third seat. If you can make it a day earlier, Thursday, July 9th, Game HQ will be hosting Last Chance Trials. These trials include various formats firing every hour starting at noon. Also happening Thursday, there will be a High Roller Vintage Cube starting at 7 p.m. A Charity Old School 93-94 tournament happening Sunday the 12th. Don't have power? Don't worry. You can proxy any card currently on the reserve list for all events during the Oklahoma Land Run. This year's playmat artist is none other than Kai Saratari. More information, including side events and trial kits, are coming soon. Check out the link in the description to keep up to date with this year's Oklahoma Land Run. Now let's get back to the action. Alrighty, this is where I end up settling on. I stayed with Demir basically and took out the white. Now I'm hoping that the client lets me board in planes if I do decide to board in some of these sweepers or like the Swords to Plowshares. If it doesn't, that's going to be very unfortunate. I know I can edit my deck like between rounds, but I don't know if I can add basics to my sideboard because I tried to do that per se, and it would only let me basically put them from like the pool of cards into my deck. So I don't know. I don't know if maybe I'm just not doing something right, or if it just lets you do that between matches because this is a limited format. I guess we'll find out together because I do want access to Wrath of God and Sunfall and Swords, of course. But if I don't, then Go for the Throat can often be similar. I'm not going to say it's the same thing because Swords is, the goat of removal spells. But I was going to play this Pirate Spellbomb, but I needed one more cut, and I didn't want to cut a non. I didn't want to cut a non-artifact because Chrome Mox can't imprint things like Kappa or Bolus's Citadel. It has to specifically be a non-artifact, and I do want to be able to use it for mana. Now I don't always have to. It still makes Kappa basically cost one less. It still turns on Mox Opal. It's still a great card and way better than a land if I have Bolus's Citadel. So I am still gonna play it. I'm not too excited about it. I wish I had like one or two more, but then again, I'd have less artifacts then. So, here we go. I do think we ended up with enough artifacts to make the workshop pick worth it and kind of going down that rabbit hole. I am excited to play this. As you can see, I am playing the Tendrils. I have Dark Ritual, LED, Yawgmoth's Will. Sometimes you can mini Tendrils and go off. We'll see. We'll try. And because I cut the white, because I had like 3-ish cards I still had to cut there until I cut one of the sweepers, Thraben, and Swords. I ended up, since I'm playing a little bit more blue now, I ended up saying, hey, I'm playing Endstone. Let's play Jace the Wielder of Mysteries. My mana is a little bit better by cutting the white, at least in the main deck. So yeah, that's my thought process. Plus, I mean, we're going to see a ton of cards. I would imagine if we get to do the thing. So, and then the last minute ad that I almost forgot about, honestly. Crabomination has emerged from Artifact. Now, I personally have never done this in my cube. I've always just either hard cast it because 6 is not that hard, and or reanimated it, of course. But Bolus's Citadel actually works great with Crabomination because it reduces the black. So it's just like 1 mana. Crabomination, and yeah, I mean, let's try it. Plus, I mean, I can emerge it from Nexus of Becoming or Endstone or whatever. Obviously, I guess Nexus of Becoming is not a great example because I'll just put it into play as a 3/3. The difference between a 5/5 and a 3/3 is not huge, and let's be honest, it's the ability that we care about, not necessarily the fact that it's a 5/5. So, plus, with Yawgmoth's Will in our deck, if we, basically cycle this Might Stone, Weak Stone, or maybe even an End Stone trying to emerge from it, then we can just get it back with the Yawgmoth's Will. So that's my logic. I will see you in round one. Welcome to round one. I am on the play. And this hand seems like garbage, so we're going to mulligan it. This hand also seems like garbage, to be fair, but we have a Tinker, and there's a Bolas Citadel in our deck. And I don't need all four of these lands. So Swamp's going to go back. And at worst, we'll turn 3, sack this Opal to a Tinker. Keep 6, put back a Swamp. Lead with Swamp, and play Mox Opal in case they draw 7-us. I do think that on the blind like this, you are supposed to just play your Moxen. Okay, and again, just playing around Strip Mine, I'd rather protect the Tinker. Leading with Swamp does make me kind of happy. Oh, now they're going to have Reprieve. That's not good for us. So I'm going to play the Shelldock, and hopefully they'll tap out next turn. Shelldock is going to put a Memory Jar under it. I think that's a good one where if they have a Wasteland effect, which they're likely to play if they have it, because that's the first blue source I sent. Okay, they're just not going to play anything. That makes me think they have a card like Reprieve even more. So here I'm just going to play Expedition Map. I don't know if I'm going to crack it end of turn. I could go get a Creeping Tar Pit and just start attacking them and see what they do. But if I do that, then the Mox Opal's off, and also I could sack the map to the Tinker if I want. Because I would like to keep the Mox Opal in play if I can. Okay. That's fine. Now I can Tinker quote-unquote safely. And I think I'll just sack the map. I don't currently need like an Ancient Tomb or a... whatchamacallit? Workshop. There we go. I got the words out eventually. Have not played a land yet, which is great. Do I want an End Stone because I have the Opal? It does reduce my life total by a ton. That doesn't seem great. I'm just going to get the Bolas Citadel. Target player mills 2 cards. I'll choose myself. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't End Stone. But that's not good. Candelabra, eh? Yeah, that Orcish Bowmasters was a great one. Play the land. Too bad I can't put this in my hand. Pay 0. Duress them, and unfortunately that's where we stop. Next turn I can Yawgmoth's Will. I think I milled over a Dark Ritual. Yes, I did. And I can Tinker for Might Stone, Weak Stone. I don't know if they're going to spend time killing the Jace or not. Well, no, they could do both and then still hit me for 5. What does this do when it triggers? I guess we're about to find out. I don't want to read. We'll find out. I can't interact with it, so... Hopefully we can just combo them with this Tendrils. Oh, geez, that's a lot of things. Okay. Alright, we're not dead. That's the important part. My turn? Yeah, let's get this land off the top of our deck. 3 is not 0. Oh, that's a workshop that's gone now, unfortunately. Okay, so I can Tendrils and then Tendrils again, I think, right? Because that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can also cast this jar, but then I die to the Bowmasters. unless I tinker for the Might Stone Weakstone, like I said. So, anyways, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go down to 5. Go down to 2. Dark Ritual. Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't know what my storm count is, but I want to hope that it's enough. Let's just cast this. Okay, here. Famous last words, right? Make sure. See, I think it's enough. Why did this not tap for 3? Did I? I think I messed that up. I think I might have untapped, and I apologize. Oh no, I meant to Chrome Mox first. Oops, that was stupid. That was very stupid. But hopefully that doesn't cost me here. Decline. I think it actually might, which is really annoying. Yeah, I think that did cost me. That's so frustrating, but it's my fault. I'm the one that did it. Yeah, I guess I hit the wrong button on the Grim Monolith. That's really frustrating. All right, I'm gonna stop saying that now because it doesn't matter. Which land do I get? I guess it probably doesn't matter. Yep, good game. I don't know why it untapped the Grim Monolith there, but whatever. I think I had the win there. I obviously I should have Chrome Moxed before I cast the first tendrils, but I think I had it. I don't really care to play any of these honestly. Like I don't want to put in a bunch. Oh, I guess I can test to see if I can put in basics. Okay, it looks like I can. Okay, I can. That makes me feel a lot better. Still not gonna do it currently. I'm just gonna run it back. I think obviously they're punting that last turn or misclicking or whatever you want to say. Cost me, but also that's just how the Ball Citadel came. It could have been a little bit better, and then it would have not mattered. Play first. I cannot keep this mulligan. I can keep this. I will keep. I will put back probably the Nexus. I guess maybe the Crabomination is probably better to put back actually. Okay. Hopefully I draw a Dark Ritual. That'll make this a lot easier. All right, Stoneforge might just win the game by itself. Yeah. Sure. Well, I don't have a high chance, but it's non-zero. All right, well, didn't get there. No attacks. Dark Ritual off the top is still not the end of the world. Yep. Dark Ritual off the top would be great. Workshop off the top would be great. Ancient Tomb off the top would be great. I think I'm just gonna take it. It's 2 more life, but like I don't think I'm Bolus Citadeling this turn, so Tinker, in fact, not great here. Yeah, that's abysmal. I'm not blocking with the Bowmasters because it's one of the few ways I can get out of this. Five, six, seven. Sure. Doing it this way too means that my orcish army can attack, or my orc army can attack. Oh, that's not great. That probably makes it 0% out. Let's see what I would have drawn. Okay, it didn't matter. All right, well, I don't know what game 3 would have been, and that's a shame. I unfortunately misclicks happen. I believe that's what happened. I mean, feel free to tell me in the comments if I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I had 9 mana, and that was enough to cast Tendrils exactly twice. So yeah, I'll see you next round. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Welcome to round 2. Gosh, I want to keep this so bad, but the thing I probably want to tinker for is already in my hand, and we're on the play, so I'm just gonna mulligan. This hand seems perfectly functional. Let's keep 6, put back a swamp, lead with Shelldock, I think. And then next turn we could just Mind Twist, maybe. Maybe is a big maybe. Oh, I can Pinthead Prison? Oh, no. Sorry, this is off of Shelldock Isle. I guess Bolus is Citadel. So if I go Swamp, then next turn I can go Workshop. That's 5, 6, 7 mana. Okay. So let's just Swamp here, and then maybe next turn I can cast this Instone. With them having... Okay, they are tapping out. Okay. I was going to say, with them having Thundering Falls, it does make me a little weary of that, but... So 5 down to 4 up to 7. Okay, it resolved. I do get half my life total, but hopefully that doesn't kill me. If they have a way to kill it, that's very unfortunate, but you don't play these decks to play cautiously, which, if you watch me, I normally do play a little bit cautious, but again, I subscribe to you don't play these type of decks cautious. You just kind of go for it. They keep hovering over it, which I don't know if they're just reading it or if they're pondering if they should like reclamation sage it or something. Which I think if they had like a pest infestation or something, they just kind of do it. Okay, Golos is not a bad one. Maybe they don't have another land. 31 cards to their 30. I guess it's about to be 29. Okay, they have a strip mine. That's okay if they want to kill this Shelldock Isle. I don't really care. They might kill the workshop, but hopefully the deed's already done. Mind Twist for 2. Oh yeah, this triggers off lands entering too. Ooh, Crabomination. I think I was supposed to just Mind Twist for 2. Maybe I draw another artifact. If I draw Pentad Prism, I'm probably just casting it for the 2 colorless that I can't spend otherwise. Okay, I drew Jace, which I'm pretty far away from being able to do anything with. Next turn does look decently bright for us, even if they strip mine us, which I don't know if they'll do the Shelldock Isle or the Workshop. I don't think they'll do the Workshop because we didn't do anything with the other 2 mana, but of course we could have drawn a large artifact just now, so who Who's to say? That's their job to figure out, not ours. They're down to 3 cards. That makes me happy. I do need to pay attention to see what they mind twisted. Their own mind twist and a land. Okay. Well, I guess I'm glad they're not mind twisting us back. Okay, they do go for the Shelldock, so we are just eons away from Jace, which is fine. By the time Jace would win us the game, we would have seen many a white sources, and they're just untapping Grim Monolith now, which for many reasons does seem wrong, but maybe they're just getting F6 value. Am I supposed to just Crabomination them now off of the map? Oh, that's a free Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, now we have Chrome Mox. There's only 2. 4, 5. Oh, it's 7 to do, unfortunately. So I guess we need to Chrome Mox. Oh. Let's get rid of the Jace. Cast the Nexus, I think is correct. I could cast this Tendrils, but I'd rather get this Crabomination down. Let's see what we hit out of their yard. Or out of their cards. Maybe an answer to Golos since they're likely to use it. Oh, Ugin. That's not an answer to Golos, but we'll take it. Submit 0. Draw a card. We're down to 19 cards. Gain life, draw a card. Okay, we'll end the turn. Now they're going to have to hit pretty decently, and that's assuming they even have the 5th color, which we did hit their Mana Confluence. I might be tinkering out of the End Stone relatively soon. Okay, Lotus Cobra is going to get exiled to the Ugin. Oh, okay. Let's just discard the land, I think. Both of those are going to get exiled to Ugin this turn almost no matter what. We are No, we don't need to block. We don't need to block. We can exile those things, attack back, have some fun. Yep. All right, good game. We'll see him in the sideboard or post sideboard now. I don't think I want anything here. Swords would be great against Golos, but honestly, I'm just trying to vintage my opponent, so I don't think I care. Is my verdict. We'll see. That's what game 3s are for. Our opponent is apparently seasoned. I say that because underneath their name, they have these little tags. I think it's kind of cool that Arena does that, but I don't know. I think they're also kind of weird. But if you like them, then that's great. I'll tell you what I would like. I would like to play Magic. But our opponent might be just seeing if they have any combo hate. Maybe they got a sandwich. You know, who knows. But either way, we are ready to go for the next, I almost said round, but game. And if we do lose, we have game 3 on the play. So that's great. Speaking of great, this is a workshop hand. We did see a strip mine. This is a loose keep, I will acknowledge that, but I think Workshop honestly makes it worthwhile. Let's keep. Like, Bowmaster's a great draw here. Yawgmoth's Will could be a great draw post Memory Jar. Pentad Prism's actually a great draw. Because now that's turn 3 in stone again, like last game. If they have a strip mine, it's going to be really awkward, but they already played a forest, so we're good. I don't know what opponent's thinking. Maybe they're thinking they have an abrade and they don't know if they should cast their spell or not. Okay, no, they're just throwing out a Ren and 6 and plussing it, I would imagine. I don't think minusing makes a lot of sense. And we're going to keep that Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, I almost cast the Lion's Eye Diamond. That would have been really bad. For post in-stone, so we can get the draw trigger immediately. And if they don't interact, we have another in-stone. We didn't see a lot of counterspells from them, or I guess any technically. And we saw a lot of their cards, so let's hope that that continues. If they have a strip mine here, it does slow us down a turn, but that's fine. We'll just play Swamp Go. I definitely want to continue protecting the workshop since we have 2 things in our hand that would greatly benefit from it. I guess I could just go Workshop, use one of the Pentad Prism tokens. What's this? Surveil 2, you gain 2 life if the spell is cast from the graveyard. Oh, okay, yeah. We played against this card earlier. Alright, now they get to put a land back to their hand and play it. Probably the Shadowy Backstreet. So they get the Surveil value, maybe. Or they're contemplating playing a different land. Okay, they do get the Backstreet. That means they're likely to play it. Okay, that means they are tapped out, which is great. So we're going to get at least 1 draw off the in-stone. Just cast the in-stone, instantly resolve. Maybe we can get like a Mox Pearl. That would be incredible. Okay, no, we just get a Dark Ritual. Well, that's unfortunate, but also not the end of the world. Memory Jar, I don't know if I would pop it next turn or not. Hopefully they don't have a strip mine here. They don't have a way to play 2 of them, so it doesn't hurt us too badly, but obviously hitting the workshop here would be detrimental to our game plan at this moment. And I am going to play my Retrofitter Foundry and my Dark Rituals first before I play the Memory Jar, just in case. I might draw... I'm afraid that I'll play Memory Jar, then I'll draw something super sweet. And if I do play Memory Jar and want to crack it, then I will Lion's Eye Diamond afterwards. Okay, they are going to play... How big is this thing when it comes back? What's the other side? Oh, a 4/4. And then put a permanent into your hand. Okay. That's an island. I think I want to just play the island. Like, Ancient Tomb is a land I would be interested in, but I think I'm okay with just playing island and seeing what I draw. Okay. That's not a bad one. Continues to not be bad ones. That kills the summon. Oh, wait, no, undo. Am I just Nexusing and then putting the Mightstone Weakstone into play as a creature? That's probably better. Oh, now I can Duress? Sure. These are both... So this is +1 mana, this is +2 mana, so I'm going to take the Dark Ritual. I'm going to kill the summon probably. I could see drawing 2 cards. Let me see what my... 1, 2, 3... I could crack Lion's Eye Diamond in response. That's like the highest upside, right? Let's just draw 2 cards. Can choose black. Oh no, that's in combat. Oh god, that's terrible. Yeah, I thought I was in main phase 2 for some reason. That's totally on me. That's not a misclick or anything. That's just me being absolutely garbage at this game. I was hoping to hit like did not want to use my blue mana. Thanks, game. I was hoping to use like my find like a Yawgmoth's Will, which will still do something for what it's worth. Okay, I did not realize that made 2 mana. That's on me for not reading it. I just got greedy with that play, but I realized that I was in combat way too late, so I should have probably just killed the summon like I originally said. Hopefully our opponent doesn't find like a Mind Twist. Is this a... no, they don't have blue mana. I was going to say, is this a loot or something? But unless their last card's an island. Nope. And they don't even have triple green anymore. Okay, Noble Hierarch. Lotus Cobra. Okay. Setting up for next turn that they hopefully don't get. Let's draw a card off of our Endstone. We got a few cards to get through, but... oh, we can Mind Twist them for 4? That sounds great. What does this do on the next one? Why can't I read... okay. Oh, and Trample. Alright, well, I think that's where the bus stops, unfortunately. It says other creatures, though, get the trample, I think. Okay, yeah, so I can still block that. And untapping... I can untap 3 lands. That's not enough to cast the Jace. Not that I don't want to cast the Jace right now anyway. So let's just say go. And then they have 1 turn to kill me, hopefully. And by hopefully, I mean hopefully they don't kill me. Yep. Oh, it dies too. Okay. Alright, that means sacking this to make a 1/1 doesn't make a lot of sense then, but I can block the 2/3. Sure, you'll draw a card off my swamp, that's fine. Yawgmoth's Will is looking very good here. They don't even have that great of a discard graveyard for the emblem off Ren and 6. Yep. I'll probably just take the 4. Okay, sure. I'll probably just take the 4 and block the noble if they do attack. I don't want to, yeah. I will just make a flyer if they're not going to do anything. And then I'll fetch for a land. Thin out my deck. Maybe we win with Jace this turn. Shelldock Isle technically thins out my deck, and I can use it immediately because of Candelabra. That sounds like winning. Tinker. I can tinker out. What am I tinkering out? Oh, Pented Prism. That seems great. Still have 1, 2. I guess I have the Candelabra 2 to kind of refloat. Alright, Bolas's Citadel might be enough. Especially if I hit Yawgmoth like that. I do need to be wary and probably just cast this Jace as soon as possible. It says if I would draw a card while my library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. So alright, and then I will exile the Crabomination. And then I will play this Jace and stop Tempting Fate. Alright, good game. Alright, that was fun. Again, I don't know what would have happened game 3 of round 1, but I would like to believe we'd be 2-0 currently. Let's see you next round. Welcome to round 3. We are on the play. And yeah, I would like to keep this hand. A Dark Ritual would make it a lot better, but I'm not going to turn down a Retrofitter Workshop Pearl hand. Let's keep. I will play the Pearl. I will play the Swamp. And if I draw another land, I will probably play the Mind Twist. But if I don't, I'll just play the Workshop and leave up Retrofitter. Mind Twist for 2 and act like him to Turok. Like if this was him to Turok, I would play it. Okay, I did not. Which is unfortunate, but Dark Ritual again would be a great card to draw here. I doubt they attack. Do they have removal? They do not. Okay, we take those. Now they have untapped blue, so I'm going to be a coward because we have Retrofitter to do stuff with our mana. If we top deck another Swamp, we have a Bolas's Citadel. Of course, it would be post land drop, so not the greatest. Oh, Thieving Skydiver, that's going to wreck me. Sure, take our Retrofitter. Hopefully we just top deck a land. Or a Dark Ritual. Yeah, that was good. Unfortunate for us. Sure, let's duress. If it's any like singleton counterspell, I'm taking it. Okay, just a Fury left. I mean, I'm not blocking. I can't block, and yeah, so I might as well just attack. I would like to draw a land. At this point, if I draw a land, I will Mind Twist first, so that when we go to Bolas's Citadel, I'll be able to... Nice That was nice. Yeah. Okay. I guess I did. I know they had that. I don't know. Yeah. So let's mind twist them now for the rest of their hand. Next turn we have tendrils. We are not attacking. We're also not going to block in case they have a way to pump the VV. Yep. Okay. Now we can play. I don't know what they could have, of course, but if we get punished, we get punished. Oh, don't have a counterspell. Did you top deck a counterspell? They're holding their card in their hand, like they keep looking at it. Oh, okay. Sure. That's a dark ritual. That's a pentad prism. Oh yeah, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about floating mana for. That was dumb. This is currently 4. I guess I just drills them and then I can Yawgmoths later. See, what does Yawgmoth do? That gets me to 5. Dark Ritual 6. So, and then that gets me. Okay, so I have 4, 5 mana. Yawgmoth to 2. Dark Ritual to 4. So, yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So let's just tendrils them, and then hopefully I can just Yawgmoth's tendrils them next turn again. We were close. We were close to untapping and killing them. Chandra, okay. Hopefully they just exile. Okay, yeah. We take 2, and then we take a bunch that hopefully doesn't matter. Yeah, that's Storm. We'll take the land. I was about to say, so if we had Candelabra, I would play the Shelldock, but yeah, we'll go to 12. We'll go to 6. All right, 3 mana, Edward, and that's it. That's all I want. Then we'll play Yawgmoth's Will and win the game. And good game. That does feel good morally. Like I do think that this was could have been obviously our draws could have been a little bit worse, but Bolas' Citadel I think did medium, and we still did very very good. So that's nice. Also, it makes me feel better about the blunder in round 1, game 2 of round 1. So or sorry, game 1 of round 1, and then game 2 they just kind of ran us over and we didn't hit. So that is one of the best things I like about these vintage slash powered cubes is just being able to do the broken stuff, and that's why I took the workshop, and I'm glad that we got rewarded. And even if we end up losing this match and go 1-2, I had a ton of fun playing this deck. I did not think I'd play the tendrils when I took it, but obviously I ended up on it, and it has not disappointed. It's been a ton of fun. And Yawgmoth's Will has been kind of, down on the recent like cube rankings, so to speak. So it's nice to be able to play that again too, and realize that just because it's not played as much anymore doesn't mean it's not still one of the most broken cards ever printed. All right. Well, this is turn 2 Bowmaster, so we're gonna keep that, and I am gonna lead off with the Mox Opal per usual. Just again, in case they managed a Wheel of Fortune or Time Twister, whatever. So I do think generally you're supposed to just play these out. Oh, now we have turn one Bowmasters. All right, cast a Brainstorm into turn. Dang. Cast a Wan Xing Tong. Cast something I can kill with Orcish Bowmasters. No? Okay, that's fine. If you'll be a coward, I'll be a coward. I do think next turn I'll Mind Twist. This turn I'm just going to play the Bowmasters, and if they counter it, cool. The real threat, in my opinion, in this particular hand is the Mind Twist. Grim Monolith would be a great draw. Really? That's frustrating. Oh well. Let's just kill the Thieving Skydiver. Well, that's very disappointing. But I think I'm just gonna take half their hand now and move on with life. Chandra land. Okay, great. They're not casting a Chandra to kill my Orcish Bowmasters this turn. Hitting a land's not the greatest, but okay, yeah. I was gonna say, but you never know. Maybe they don't have another one. Oh, loot is a good one, and that is gonna kill the Orcish Bowmasters. What does Yawgmoth's will do? Literally nothing? Okay. I will probably just block with the Orc army. It saves me 4 damage because I can't imagine that they're not going to then bolt my Orcish Bowmasters. They could need the mana, I guess, and I doubt they're going to recall while the Bowmasters is alive. So I think they're just going to attack, see if they can get a free 4 damage in. But I fully expect Orcish Bowmasters to die. Okay, now that's a Lion's Eye Diamond. That is a Crabomination or a Bolus's Citadel, whichever one I'd rather. Okay. I wish I could kill their loot, but would I rather have Crabomination or Bolus's Citadel? Crabomination could has a 50-50 chance of hitting a Chandra, right? Or is it truly random so it could hit a land? Okay, no, it could hit a land. So I think this has too much randomness, but I am going to cast spells here. So let's full control. Yawgmoth's will auto pay. Crack LED for black. Resolve. Lion's Eye Diamond. Resolve. Crack for black. And as much as it pains me, I think I am supposed to just Bolus's Citadel here. Land. Retro to 15. Oh, and now I have Memory Jar to kill their loot and do a bunch of damage to them? Oh, Resolve. Sorry, I still have full control on. My apologies. Am I supposed to Mind Twist first? I'll go to 10. Oh, now I get to go to 3? And I died a Lightning Bolt, but that's probably worth it. I guess I should Mind Twist them first. And I can just deal. I do no. I need to kill the loot before I die. No, this is an instep trigger, but I'll still do it. I think. Sure, why not? Let's just do it. Let's kill the loot. I'll hold back. I don't think the one life is gonna matter. Okay, they did not have a lightning bolt. Oko doesn't do anything. Okay, I did hit my Jace. That's actually a bummer. So I'll have to natty tendrils, which honestly shouldn't be too difficult. I don't think Oko's enough. Like, they can gain 3 and then they take 11. I guess I'd kill the Oko actually, just so they can't steal the Orcish Bowmasters. If I can get enough permanents into play, Bolus' Citadel does do 10 damage. Are they gonna Elk the Orcish? Because that leaves lethal in play. Okay, so you have a removal spell? Okay, yeah, that's great. Oh, Tashana's. Sure. That's fine. And now they die. Good game. I hope you enjoyed watching those games. I had a ton of fun playing them, and I'm gonna check that off to a 3-0. Honestly, like, get mad at me if you want. I had a lot of fun, and morally, I feel like that was a 3-0. So I'll see you. I'll see you in the outro. All right, welcome. It turns out you don't need removal if you just vintage your opponents. Also, if you don't waste mana on your turn, you win more games. So those are two very important things to take from this. Uh, yeah, I absolutely loved this deck. I wish I could just draft it again. I don't know if I'd obviously want the 40 for 40, but yeah, I absolutely loved and enjoyed playing, drafting, everything with this deck. I hope you enjoy it as well. This is definitely the type of thing I think of when I think of powered cubes. Um, and honestly, I really enjoyed being able to play with this Tendrils of Agony. I think this is the first time I played with it on Arena, and it did not disappoint. I played it a few times in my Paper Cube, of course, which I'm a lot more comfortable with than playing, obviously, on this client 1 and 2 with a completely different list. But yeah, I don't want to ramble much on anymore. I know I've kind of already touched up on a lot of this, but outside of like maybe playing the Hymn to Turok, which I'm not going to say I should have played necessarily because obviously I chose not to, but I wouldn't fault anyone for bringing it in. But like often when people ask me like, "Hey, you should bring this card in your cube, you know, and try it out or whatever," my usual response to that is almost always, "Well, what would you cut?" And I don't think I cut a single card here for the Hymn to Turok, in all honesty. So feel free to disagree. I am glad. I believe this Jace was literal last picked, right? Like not like pick 45th, but I believe this was last picked in a pack. And we got really lucky with the Tinker as well, getting that somewhat early. I think in pack 2. Regardless, I'm very happy. This was a very good deck. I had a lot of fun. It definitely, I think it overperformed. I don't think I would have predicted that it did as well as it did, but we got to do the thing. Endstone. I am a believer of this card now. This is the first time I got to play with it. I've unfortunately this card came out after I moved to Indianapolis, and as I've said on previous videos, I have not played Paper Magic since I moved to Indianapolis. So. Um, Yeah, here I guess I lied. I played in the TVL in the vintage events, but regularly and especially Cube, I haven't done. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna stop rambling now, and you have a good night. See you next time.